Welcome to Midco Sports Magazine. Our theme this month is overcoming obstacles. And a lot of people would look at that and see a huge obstacle. But everybody in our show this month would see it as a challenge to be overcome. We have a team of wrestlers in Jamestown, North Dakota. They are as tough and as hard-nosed as any squad you will find, and they just happen to be women. We've got a Minnesota man who grew up playing golf with his father. It was their bond, it was their connection. But he lost his father, and then he lost his arm in a work accident. He thought he had lost everything, but he is back in the swing of things now with the help of a Sioux Falls doctor. But we start this month with a South Dakota native named Makenzie Hageman. She is already one of the best sprinters ever at Northern State University in Aberdeen. And she has accomplished a lot, but it is her greatness that comes from the ability just to be ordinary, not extraordinary. David Brown explains.
It's Halloween on the campus of Northern State University, supposedly the one time of the year where you can pretend to be somebody you're not. And yet, despite the costume of Where's Waldo, Makenzie Hageman is being herself, laughing with teammates and enjoying a relaxed track practice.
They're a great group of kids and they really care about each other, and we just have a really good team environment at Northern.
Backwards scooter races and Nerf javelin throws aren't exactly the best training for sprinters like Makenzie. In fact, most competitors believe that no practice can live up to the sights and sounds of that quick race down the track. But Makenzie doesn't see it that way. She doesn't hear it that way either.
And I want other deaf people to be able to look to me as a role model, that they can do it as well. If I'm doing it, they can look to me and know that they can do it.
With the help of interpreter Alyssa Bean, Makenzie makes one thing perfectly clear. She may not use all of her senses, but common sense, as well as hard work, make her unstoppable.
And she's so driven, and that really helps. The fact that you can tell just how determined she is, and it really rubs off on her teammates. She's actually lifting the group up because she just works so hard, and even with a few aches and pains, really is good at pushing through it and fighting through a few things, and it's been great for the team.
Makenzie was born deaf, but she had plenty of support from her friends and family. Her older brother Cody piqued her interest in track, and from there she took off. And while running came naturally, the timing and cadence of a race presents a unique challenge.
Someone has to tap my foot to tell me set, and then I can hear the gun, so I am able to hear that part. So then I just take off when I hear it.
We knew she was fast, but we didn't really know exactly how she worked with the gun sound and how she started and everything, so that was a learning process for us that she kind of had to teach us how she starts and gets in the set position in the blocks and everything. And
whatever her methods are, they work. In her first 2 years at Northern State, Makenzie already has the school record in the 60 and 100 meter dash. She also won a silver medal in the 4x100 relay at the 2013 Deaf Olympics in Bulgaria.
It's really impressive how well she gets out of the blocks, and I'm assuming she's got kind of a knack to just drown everything out.
Her different senses kick in, and I think they allow her to even push forward even more. She makes up for what she can't hear.
The language of track is universal, and Makenzie's teammates and coaches also work to make off-the-field communication as smooth as her glide across the finish line.
It's wonderful, it's great. They love sign language, they think it's a beautiful language, they want to learn, and so I've been teaching them some signs, and the cooperation and rapport is wonderful.
At practice time we have Alyssa there, so we definitely use her to the fullest extent. But she can read lips, so that's very, very helpful. Most of the athletes, they're starting to pick up certain sign language cues and stuff too, so that's been very helpful.
I mean, there are some communication barriers, and she's definitely inspired quite a few of her teammates and coaches to slowly learn some sign language, just so we can communicate a little bit better with her.
So that's what I'd like you to do first.
Outside the track, Makenzie's just like every other student at Northern State, going to class, doing homework, and working to keep herself in shape.
The coaches and the other athletes, they have they don't mind, you know, giving me a little support, or they don't look at me as someone who can't do something. Oh, that I'm deaf. They treat me equally. Everyone's very friendly. They feel comfortable to come up to me, approach me.
The girls have just really rallied around her and are really good about, you know, hanging out with her and communicating the best they can with her, and I think she's really enjoying her new teammates.
It would be easy to say Makenzie has hurdled over every obstacle she's encountered. But the truth is, she doesn't even see obstacles, she sees opportunities, both to accept the fact that she's different and to embrace the reality of why that matters. So if anyone still wants to know where to find Makenzie, she's been right here all along, fitting in and standing out.
Definitely an inspiration for me to coach, and you know, I know the same goes for all our athletes. So they're pretty amazed by what she can do.
I think the best part is to just be able to tell people not to set up, like not to have any kind of, that they can do anything you want and that you're just a regular person, not to feel like you're inhibited by anything, and don't set up any limitations on yourself. You know, don't feel like you have to step back and say, oh, I can't do that, but just to go ahead and get involved and to think positive, have a positive attitude.
Joined by David Brown, and David, for Makenzie, already off to a wonderful career at Northern State. What's she got coming up in the next couple of years?
Well, obviously 2 more years left at Northern State, and then 2017 she's going to compete at another Deaf Olympics, this time in the country of Turkey. But her goal throughout the rest of her life is just to continue being an inspiration for other deaf people, other deaf athletes. She has this great ability, as we saw, to just fit in with everyone else, be treated just like anyone else, but also understand that she is special and unique and different, and use that to inspire others.
All right, we wish her the best. Nice story.
Thank you.
David Brown. Our thanks to Glenn Anderson, Makenzie Hageman, and the University of Jamestown women's wrestling team. We'll see you next time on Midco Sports Magazine.